Josie, why so glum, chum?
I can't find a way to get my whole group to one spot without taking all these cars.
You haven't heard of Denwall Transportation? They have luxury seating buses with air conditioning, outlets to charge your phone, and other must-haves for traveling.
Whoa, no way!
Yeah, you should check them out.
Where can I find them?
You can follow them on Facebook or denwalltransportation.com, or hey, let's give them a call at 605-532-3836. Denwall Transportation, let us do that.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Each day brings the opportunity to make a difference, to follow through with integrity, to solve challenges through innovative thinking, and to bring the technical know-how needed to get the job done. At Wilbur Ellis, this is how we work, standing side by side as local experts who partner with the stewards of the land. We do it together. That's the power of we.
Protect what matters most with the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, American Family Insurance. Our personalized insurance solutions ensure you're covered, no matter what life throws your way. From home and auto to farm, commercial, and life, we tailor policies to fit your unique needs. With our dedicated team and exceptional service, you'll have peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC.
Best of luck in today's competition to the Pierre Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan, and they're focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Stay in a beautiful Black Hills vacation home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at dancingsky.com.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
At Dakota Behavioral Health, we offer comprehensive mental health services, including medication management. With offices in Pierre and Winter, we provide in-person and telehealth appointments to fit your schedule. Whether you're managing anxiety, depression, stress, or other concerns, our compassionate team is here to help. We are currently accepting new clients, so take the first step for better mental health today. Call Dakota Behavioral Health at 605-702-6769 or visit dakotabh.com to schedule your appointment.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
Service Master of Pierre has been proudly serving Pierre and Fort Pierre for over 40 years. They offer professional carpet and upholstery cleaning, post-construction cleanup, residential and janitorial services, and thorough disinfection cleans. Service Master Restore provides expert water, smoke, fire, mold, and odor damage restoration, along with drying, dehumidification, and trauma or biohazard cleanup. When disaster strikes, every second counts. Trust the experts who've been doing it for over 40 years. Service Master of Pierre. Get clean today.
Futures aren't made by accident. They're dreamt, they're planned, they're discovered. At Northern State University, futures are the result of hard work and grit. NSU is an academic powerhouse with a spirit of exploration and genuine support, where professors know your name and push you to discover what you're truly capable of. But don't take our word for it. When you experience Northern, you'll see the difference here.
The Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
The DWU Culver's Classic is back for 2026.
Three from the corner, good! A huge
36 teams travel to the world's only Corn Palace in Mitchell. Action begins on 9 a.m. on February 13th and 14th, with all games streamed on Live Ticket TV on pay-per-view. $12.99 per game or $94.95 for all 18 games. The 2026 DWU Culver's Classic, February 13th and 14th, inside the world's only Corn Palace and on Live Ticket TV.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union. Your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
Grossenberg Implement has a deal for farmers using John Deere Precision Ag Tools. Renew your license or purchase a new support agreement and enjoy no payments and no interest for 180 days, including G5 or G5 Plus displays, Precision Ag Essentials kits, Gen 4, 4640 and 4240 displays, Starfire licenses, SF2, SF3, or SFRTK. Only valid through February of 2026 and only with your farm plan account. Call Grossenberg Implement's Precision Ag support team today. Upgrade now and keep your farm running smarter.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Pests don't wait, and neither should you. At Olson's Pest Technicians, we've been protecting homes and businesses for over 55 years. From bats in attics to rodents in walls, ants in kitchens, stubborn bedbug infestations, even swarms of mosquitoes. We've seen it all, and we handle it all. With expert technicians, ethical treatments, and service across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa, you can count on Olson's to get the job done right. Contact us today at Olson's Pest Technicians. Family owned, community trusted.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
Most people don't think about their furnace until it's not working, but we do. At Pipe Service Experts, we are trained to see what others miss. Airflow restrictions, pressure imbalances, heat exchanger flaws. That's how we catch little issues before they become cold nights and costly repairs. Because keeping your home warm takes more than just a toolbox. Our certified technicians will get your system running at peak condition. Call Pint Service Experts for our special $99 precision tune-up today. Call 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
What if the market shifts? What if the margins on your farm keep getting tighter? Simplot Grower Solutions is here to help. Simplot Crop Advisors know South Dakota corn, soybean, wheat, and other crops like you do because they live and work here. So, even if the market shifts or the margins keep getting tighter, you'll have the insight and support to keep moving forward. Simplot Grower Solutions.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
Did you actually get it, or is it just behaving right now? Oh, okay. All right, I see that now. Okay, getting the third one set up now. And right. Okay, and I want to point this one towards mat 2, 3. Okay, all right, will do. Okay. All right, should be up in a couple minutes here. All right, thanks. Welcome everyone to TF Riggs Gymnasium here in Pierre, South Dakota as we bring you Pierre Girls Wrestling Invitational. My apologies as we get a late start here audio-wise as we were having some technical difficulties with the huddle camera and had to bring in a third camera so we could capture all the action here on the 3 mats in the main gymnasium here. And there is a 4th mat over in the auxiliary gym, and you'll be able to pick that up on a separate stream on gogovs.live as well. Thanks to Caleb Brozick for getting help with that, getting all that set up as well inside the main gym here as well. Brian Menning here with the call here for you. Do my best as we have all sorts of action going on here. So I'm just going to rely on the track wrestling module here as to catch you up on the action here. Looks like on mat 1 we have a 100-pound weight class. It's going to be Bennett County's Bree Rissy, an 8th grader, taking on Lizzie Fees, a freshman from Faith. Over on mat 2, in the 115-pound weight class is going to be Bonholm's Scotland Avon's Charlie Fahrenrich, a 7th grader, taking on Savannah Bell, a junior from Custer. And it's currently Bell with an 8-1 lead over there, still scoreless over on mat 1. Action about to begin over on mat 3. As it looks like Rissy picks up a fall maybe over there on mat 1. Actually, that was over on mat 2. Action on mat 3 about to begin. Bonholm Scotland Avon's Hadley Cratch, a junior, taking on Kyla Lee, a sophomore from Lee Deadwood. Looks like it's going to be Cratch with the first takedown over there on mat 3 for a 3-0 lead. Looks like we're still scoreless here on mat 1 between Rissy and Fees. The action I can't see over on mat 4 is going to feature Webster area's Claire Torrance, a freshman, taking on Sydney Badwoon, a senior from Spearfish. Action back over on mat 2 in the 120-pound weight class. Bonholm Scotland's Avon's Jasmine Rules Hertz, a junior, taking on Tegan Livermont of Bennett County, and it's Relez Hertz with a initial takedown and a 3-0 lead. Looks like Relez Hertz will pick up a fall over there on mat 2, and Cratch over on mat 3 here increases her leads to 8-1, has accumulated some back points as well, looking for the fall. And Cratch will pick up the fall over Lee on mat 3. Still scoreless over on mat 1 here between Rissy and Fees. Actually, Fees now, track wrestling is adjusted, has a 1-0 advantage. Action over on mat 3 about to begin in the 135-pound weight class. Bonholm Scotland Avon's Brittany Rube, a senior, taking on Miley Janik, a sophomore from Burt Gregory. And once action begins over on mat 2, it's going to be in the 120-pound weight class featuring Lee Deadwood's Nevada McMahon, a senior, taking on Adrian Fasthorse, a senior from Todd County. Looks like 3 more for Fees on mat 1, increases her lead to 4-0 over Rissy. And again, action that I can't see over on mat 4 in the 190-pound weight class. Bonholm Scotland Avon's Hope Chemnitz, a senior, taking on Bailey Taft, a freshman from Pierre. believe it's McMahon over there on mat 2 with the early takedown. And it is McMahon leading 3-0 over on mat 2. Mat 3, Brittany Rube has a 3-1 advantage over Janik. Rissy still trails in her match over here on mat 1, 4-0. And I believe on mat 3, Rube is going to pick up a fall over Janik. McMahon going to pick up 4 more near fall points over on mat 2 to increase her lead to 7-0 over Fast Horse. Rissy might have Fees in a little bit of trouble here now on mat 1. Fees looking for a reversal here though. Looks like McMahon's going to pick up a fall over Fast Horse over on mat 2. Action on mat 3 is going to feature the 135-pound weight class. Todd County's Katori Edwards taking on Jocelyn Rumka of Webster area. Action in the auxiliary gym over on mat 4 in the 190-pound weight class. Hot Springs Amalea Cups sophomore taking on Marley Hetzel, a sophomore from Spearfish. Over on mat 2 in the 120-pound weight class, going to be Sally Buttes' Tawny Yellowhawk, a junior, taking on Kimber Baker, a freshman from Spearfish. And Yellowhawk with an early takedown over there and looking for a fall. Get up my ranking sheets here from the folks at Dakota Grappler. I know Yellowhawk is ranked here, just a matter of me finding it here. And Tawny Yellowhawk is the 5th ranked wrestler at 120. So we have a victory here on mat 1, but I didn't see who was victorious here. We'll see who gets their hand raised, and it's Bree Rissy who comes back to defeat Lizzie Fees. Rumka with a 1-0 advantage over on mat 3. Yellowhawk off to a quick 7-0 advantage over on mat 2. Make it 11-0 now that track wrestling is refreshed. Action back on mat 1 in the 100-pound weight class. Spearfish's Ryder Steffens, a 7th grader, taking on Tatum Paulsma, a 7th grader from Bonholm, Scotland, Avon. Looks like Stevens with the initial takedown there and a 3-0 lead on mat 1. Action on mat 4 in the auxiliary gym at the 170-pound weight class. Webster area's Conte Williams, a 7th grader, taking on Amaya Martinez, a senior from Todd County. Again, you can catch that action on mat 4 on another stream. Should still be on the GoGovs.live feed. Steffens still with her 3-0 advantage over on mat 1. Yellowhawk still in control over on mat 2, leading 11-1 now, I believe, as Baker got an escape. Edwards just tied up her match over on mat 3 with an escape, so it should be 1-1 over there on mat 3. And Yellowhawk will be victorious over on mat 2. Actually, I had that wrong over on mat 3. It's 2-0 Rumka. All right, action back over on mat 2 in the 120-pound weight class is going to feature Custer's River Bailey, a junior, taking on Gemma Strangeland, a sophomore from Pierre. Rumka with a 3-0 advantage now over on mat 3. Steffens with a 4-0 advantage now over Paulsma. Might be 5-0 now with her potentially dangerous on mat 1. Ryder Steffens with a 7-0 advantage now over Paulsma on mat 1. Romka now increases her lead to 5-0 over on mat 3 over Edwards. As Edwards appears to be shaken up a little bit over there on mat 3. Still scoreless over in mat 4 in the auxiliary gym between Williams and Martinez. It's like Bailey with the initial takedown over Strangeland over on mat 2. Right towards the end of the period. Steffens with another takedown. She should increase her lead now to 10-0 on mat 1. Rumka with another takedown over on mat 3. She'll increase her lead to 8-1 now over Edwards. Strangeland got a single leg over there on mat 2, trying to convert it to a takedown, and does, so she'll tie that match up at 3 apiece over on mat 2. Strangeland looking for a fall over on mat 2 now, as there's a slap of the mat over on mat 2, but prior to that, I believe Rumka also picked up a fall over on mat 3. And it will be Ryder Steffens picking up a victory over on mat 1 as well, over Tatum Paulsma. Final score there, 10-0. Action ready to resume on mat 3 at the 135-pound weight class. Spearfishes, excuse me for these mispronunciations throughout this whole contest here, folks, but it's, I believe it's Matilde Masuda, a senior, taking on Paige Jonas, a senior from Sully Buttes. Action over on mat 2 in the 125-pound weight class. Lee Deadwood, Cece Percy, a senior, taking on Jaden Werlinger, a senior from Spearfish. Looks like it's Werlinger with the takedown over there and a 3-0 advantage. Action on mat 1 in the 100-pound weight class. Hot Springs is Marley Schneider, a 7th grader, taking on Josie Seacrest, a 7th grader from Harding County. And I believe it's Seacrest with the takedown there and a 3-0 advantage. As Masuda is victorious over on mat 3. Must have been a fall there that I missed. Action on mat 3 in the 140-pound weight class. Bonholm, Scotland, Avon's Bailey Chemnitz, a freshman, taking on Kimberly Heinzel, a senior from Spearfish. Seacrest working on that half over here on mat 1, trying to get Schneider on her back. Has her in some trouble now, and there's a slap of the mat for the fall. Werlinger out to a 5-1 advantage over on mat 2. She'll pick up, I believe, 3 more there, it looks like. So Werlinger will lead 8-0 heading into period 2 over on mat 2. Still scoreless between Chemnitz and Heisler on mat 3. Action back on mat 1 in the 105-pound weight class. Groton's Liza Kruger, a junior, taking on Kiara Thorpe, a senior from Custer. And according to the rankings here from the folks at Dakota Grappler, Kruger, the number 1 ranked wrestler at 105. Looks like we have our first takedown over on mat 3. Looks like it's Heisler with the initial takedown on a 3-0 lead. Has Chemnitz a little bit of trouble, but that period's about to expire, it looks like. As Kruger gets the initial takedown on mat 1 as well. Whirlinger still with an 8-1 advantage over on mat 2. Finally got some scoring over there in mat 4 in the auxiliary gym. It's Martinez with a 3-2 advantage over Williams. Whirlinger looking to lock up the cradle over on Percy over on mat 2. Doesn't get the fall, but it's going to get 4 more for near fall, so Whirlinger's going to increase her lead to 12-1. Heisler now leads 7-0 over Chemnitz on mat 3. And Kruger will take a 3-0 advantage heading into period 2 on mat 1. Kruger with another takedown on mat 1 to increase her lead to 6-0. As it looks like we had a fall, I believe, over on mat 3, as it's going to be Chemnitz, I believe, coming back to pin Heisler. She was down 7-0, and she does. And Kruger will pick up the fall over Thorpe on mat 1. Whirlinger has increased her lead now to 15-1 over on mat 2. Action back on mat 3 in the 140-pound weight class. Hot Springs is Neva Austin, a freshman, taking on Felicity Zeimer, an 8th grader from Rapid City Christian New Underwood. Looks like it's Austin with the first takedown over on mat 3, I believe. And Austin will pick up the fall over Zeimer on mat 3. Action back on mat 1 in the 105-pound weight class. Bennett County's Payson Wilson, a freshman, taking on Morgan Little, a junior from Spearfish. Percy has cut into her deficit a little bit. Still trails 15-3. As that one, I believe, is going to go into the 3rd period, or maybe that might have been that was the end of the 3. So it's going to be Whirlinger victorious, 15-3 over Percy over on mat 2. Action back on mat 3 in the 140-pound weight class. Burt Gregory's Harper Wenger, a 7th grader, taking on Eddie Atkins, a senior from Lee Deadwood. It's like Atkins with the first takedown over on mat 3. Action over on mat 2 in the 125-pound weight class. Hot Springs is Caitlin Humbrack, a freshman, taking on Cameron Larson, an 8th grader from Pierre. Atkins going to pick up some back points as well and increase her lead to 7-0 over on mat 3. Wilson with the first takedown over on mat 1 as she leads 3-0. So make it 3-2, it looks like, as there was a reversal in there. And it looks like Atkins will pick up a fall over Wenger over on mat 3. And Humbrack will pick up the initial takedown over on mat 2 over Larson and lead 3-0. Little comes all the way back towards the end of that first period. She will take a 6-3 lead over Wilson heading into the second period. Action over on mat 3 at the 135-pound weight class. It's labeled 135B. I believe there's the B indicates a round robin between and a 4-person group. It's Harding County's Adeline Lyons, a senior, taking on Kiera Beam, a senior from Rapid City Christian New Underwood. Wilson with a reversal here on mat 1. So she'll get 2 to cut into that deficit and now trail 6-5. As it looks like Humbrick will pick up a fall over Larson over on mat 2. Little working on a reversal of her own. She'll get it on mat 1 and looking for a fall as well. And there's a slap of the mat as Morgan Little will pick up a victory over Payson Wilson via fall. It's like Lions of Harding County on mat 3 with the first 3 points and a 3-0 advantage over Beam. Back over on mat 2 with the 125-pound weight class, Bonholm Scotland Avon's Harper Cratch, an 8th grader, taking on Sadie Schomp, a freshman from Bennett County. On mat 1 in the 105-pound weight class, Pierre's Corey Ringmeister, an 8th grader, taking on Harper Gibson, a 7th grader from Tri-Valley. Taking a look at my ranking sheet here, it looks like Harper Cratch is an honorable mention at 125 over on mat 2 in those Dakota Grappler rankings. It's like Gibson with the first takedown over on mat 1 and a 3-0 lead over Ringstmeyer. As I believe Schomp is going to get the first takedown over on mat 2 for a 3-0 advantage. Schomp looking for some near fall points as well, looking for the fall, but she may run out of time. And she will, but she'll pick up, I believe, 4 more back points and lead 7-0 as they head into period 2. Another takedown for Gibson on mat 1 as she'll lead 6-1 now. And Lions will pick up a fall over Beam on mat 3. Couple more for Schomp as she's got the cradle locked in over on mat 2. Currently leads 9-0, but cradle looks tight over there, and maybe just a matter of time before the fall comes. As Gibson, there's the fall for Schomp. Did Gibson pick up a fall as well? No, it must have been end of period as Gibson will lead 10-1 heading into the next period. I'm not sure if that's the second or third period there on mat 1. Action back on mat 3 at the 135-pound B, that same round robin. Philip Kadoka area walls, Nora Hoffman, a sophomore, taking on Bristol Provincial, an 8th grader from Todd County. Took Hoffman with a first takedown and a 3-0 lead over on mat 3. Mat 2 action, 115-pound round robin Todd County's Remington Edwards, a sophomore, taking on Tindley Fish, a 7th grader from Hot Springs. Hoffman has increased her lead to 6-0 now over on mat 3, looking for the fall. And Hoffman will pick up a fall over on mat 3. Gibson has increased her lead to 12-4 on mat 1 over Rinksmeyer. Looks like Edwards with the initial takedown over on mat 2 for a 3-0 lead over Fish. Action over in the auxiliary gym on mat 4, the 145-pound weight class. Sully Buttes is Cheyenne Fuller taking on Ivy Hayes and Lee Deadwood, and it's Hayes with a 7-2 advantage over there. As Gibson will pick up the victory over Ringstmeyer. Mat 3 action at 130 pounds. Douglas Rapid City Christian's New Underwood's Jada Tomek, a junior, taking on Jersey Lewis, an 8th grader from Pierre. Looks like it's Lewis with the initial takedown and a 3-0 advantage. Action back on mat 1 at the 110-pound weight class. Bennett County's Kaya Hunter, an 8th grader, taking on Cadence Johnson, a freshman from Douglas Rapid City Christian, New Underwood. Edwards now leads 3-1 over on mat 2. Hunter with the initial takedown over on mat 1. Looking at those rankings, I believe Hunter was listed here. She is at 3rd ranked wrestler overall at the 110-pound weight class. As Lewis has a 9-3 advantage now, it looks like, over on mat 3. Hayes has increased her lead over on mat 4 in that auxiliary gym to 9-2. Tindley Fish has come back now, leads 5-3 over on mat 2 over Edwards. Hunter accumulating some more back points as she leads 9-1. She'll pick up, looks like 4 more, so she'll increase her lead to 13-1 now. Lewis in control over on mat 3, leading 13-3 over there. Fish has increased her lead over on mat 2 to 8-3 now over Edwards. Lewis trying to put the final touches on Tomek, but Tomek able to get back on her stomach for now, but Lewis is going to pick up 4 more and have a 17-3 advantage. Looks like Hunter now leads over here on mat 1, 14-2 as well. Fish is going to pick up a couple more at the end of the period and lead 10-3. As Kaya Hunter takes care of Johnson 17-2. And Lewis will end her match as well with a score of 20-3 over on mat 3. Hayes has increased her lead over on mat 4 in the auxiliary gym to 16-6 over Fuller. Action on mat 1 at the 110-pound weight class. Spearfish's Madison Todd, a 7th grader, taking on Jessie Turbeville, a 7th grader from Harding County. And action on mat 3 of the 130-pound weight class. Spearfish's Candace Matsuda, a senior, taking on Daytona Paris, a senior from Burke Gregory. And I believe I saw that Matsuda name earlier. I did. She is second ranked at the 130-pound weight class. And she has a quick takedown on a 3-0 lead over on mat 3. Fish with an 11-3 advantage now over on mat 2. As Turbeville will pick up the first 3 of that match over on mat 1 as she leads 3-0 over Todd. Todd with an escape to make it 3-1. Todd with a takedown of her own to now take the lead 4-3 over on mat 1. I believe that's Tinley Fish over there on mat 2 who just picked up a fall over Edwards. Back to action on mat 2 of the 115-pound round-robin group. Pierce, Cameron Willis, an 8th grader, taking on Adelia Ramirez, an 8th grader from Sully Buttes. Masuda with another takedown over on mat 3 as she will now lead 6-0. Here's Ramirez with the first takedown over on mat 2 over Willis. Over in the auxiliary gym on mat 4 at 155 pounds, Douglas Rapid City Christian's New Underwood's Catherine Lane, a 7th grader, taking on J.C. Turbeville, a junior from Harding County, and it's Turbeville with a 3-1 advantage. Madison Todd now with a 8-3 lead over Jessie Turbeville over here on mat 1 as Matsuda will pick up a fall over Paris. Ramirez with a 3-2 advantage over on mat 2. Again, folks, if you're just joining us, if you know that there's a wrestler over on mat 4 that's in the auxiliary gym and it's on a separate stream, you should still be able to find it on gogovs.live. Looks like Todd with another takedown on mat 1, and she'll convert that takedown into a fall. Action on mat 3 at 130-pound weight class semifinal matchup. Bonholm, Scotland Avon's Hadley Cratch, a junior, taking on Kateri Yellowhawk, a senior from Sully Buttes. And that's Kateri Yellowhawk coming in at the third-ranked wrestler at 130. Cratch is right up there as well, ranked number 6, so it's number 6 versus number 3 over on mat 3 in the 130-pound weight class. It's like Willis trying to lock in a cradle over there on mat 2. Lost it, but currently leads 5-3 over Ramirez. Action back on mat 1 as it's hard to not focus on that mat 3. Looks like a 100-pound round robin. Todd County's Lily Boyd, an 8th grader, taking on Cassidy McClure from Hot Springs. McClure with the first takedown there. And Yellowhawk will put the first points on the board with her takedown and lead 3-0. As I believe Willis picked up a fall over Ramirez over on mat 2. McClure will pick up a fall over Boyd on mat 1. Turboville with a 14-1 advantage over on mat 4 in the auxiliary gym. Action on mat 2 with the 120-pound weight class. Looks like that's a Consolation Russell background. Spearfish's Kimber Baker, a freshman, taking on Sudan Homer, an 8th grader from Todd County. Mat 1, 100-pound round robin. Lee Deadwood's Aubrey Morrison, an 8th grader, taking on Fallon Whitaker from Pierre. Still scoreless, but Whitaker looking for the takedown. Over on mat 2, it's Kimber Baker with the first takedown and a 3-0 advantage. And she will accumulate some near fall as well and add 4 more to that, so she'll lead 7-0 at the end of period 1 over on mat 2. Yellowhawk with a 6-0 advantage now over Cratch on mat 3. Again, that's a 3 versus 6 matchup at the 130-pound weight class over on mat 3. Looks like new action over on mat 4 in the 170-pound weight class semifinal. Pierre's Abigail Lewis, a junior, taking on Conte Williams, a 7th grader from Webster area. Looking at my Dakota grappler rankings here, it looks like Lewis is ranked number 2 at 155. Looks like she's wrestling at 170 today. Again, I can't see that action as it's over in the auxiliary gym. As I believe Baker was able to be victorious over Homer on mat 2. Still scoreless between Morrison and Whitaker on mat 1. Yellow Hawk leads 6-1. Make it 6-4 now with that takedown. Cratch with a little momentum at the end of that period. As they will head into the third and final period over on mat 3. Cratch will get an escape and cut the deficit to 6-5. Now trails just by 1. Over on mat 2, 125-pound Consolation wrestleback round. Pierce Cameron Larson, an 8th grader, with a takedown over Charlie Hathaway, an 8th grader as well from Pierre. So a couple of Lady Governors battling it out over on mat 2. Still scoreless on mat 1 between Morrison and Whitaker. And we are tied up at 6 apiece over on mat 3 now between Cratch and Yellow Hawk. And Cratch in the gray silverish singlet. Yellow Hawk in the black singlet. A minute 25 to go in that matchup over on mat 3. And I missed the result over on mat 2. As Morrison, I believe, is going to pick up a fall over Whitaker on mat 1. One minute to go between Yellow Hawk and Cratch, tied up at 6 apiece. They will reset back to center with 54 seconds remaining. Action back on mat 2 at 125. Consolation wrestle back round. Pierce Lane Heasley, an 8th grader, taking on CC Percy, a senior from Lee Deadwood. Yellow Hawk looking for the takedown over on mat 3. No signal yet. Had to be close, but now they say out of bounds. 36 seconds remaining now. On mat 1, 105-pound round robin. Lee Deadwood's Chloe Lee, a freshman, taking on Chloe Flores, a 7th grader from Harding County. It's Lee with the early advantage there. But Flores, I believe, was the reversal to cut it to 5-2 now. Final 20 seconds between Yellow Hawk and Cratch. Yellow Hawk will get the takedown with 20 seconds to go. She now leads 9-6. A stoppage with 4 seconds left. Might have been, looks like it is for blood. So blood stoppage over on mat 3. Lee with a make it 9-2 advantage now over Flores on mat 1. Heasley and Percy still scoreless over on mat 2. And Percy will pick up the first takedown over on mat 2 to lead. They call it a reversal for 2. I just see 2-0 over on the scoreboard there. Lee accumulating some more back points here on mat 1 as she leads 9-3. She ran out of time before the fall, but she's going to pick up 4 more. which will give her a 13-3 advantage. And with 4 seconds to go, it looks like Yellowhawk is just going to let Cratch up for the escape. And Kateri Yellowhawk will earn herself a hard-fought 9-7 victory over Hadley Cratch. Again, number 6 versus number 3. Yellowhawk gets the better of that matchup. As I believe Percy just picked up a fall over Heasley over on mat 2. As I believe Lee was victorious in her matchup over on mat 1 as well. In the auxiliary gym on mat 4, Webster area's Claire Torrance, a freshman, taking on Bridget Lane, a freshman from Hot Springs. Again, that mat 4 action can be found on a different stream on GoGovs Live. All new action on all 3 mats. Once track wrestling refreshes here, I'll bring you the competitors here. We'll start with mat 1, 110-pound round robin. Todd County's Alexis Redbird, a junior, taking on Giovanna Massachino, an 8th grader from Hot Springs. Over on mat 2 at the 150-pound semifinal, Spearfish's Haven Baker, a junior, taking on Kendall Reese, a freshman from Bennett County. And rounding out mat 3, 130-pound Consolation Russell background, Webster area's Claire Halverson, a freshman, taking on Kyla Lee, a sophomore from Lee Deadwood. It looks like it's Redbird with the initial takedown on mat 1 for a 3-0 advantage. Mats 2 and 3 still scoreless. I'm going to take a break here for just a moment here, folks. I'm going to maybe try to see if I can brighten up that camera here on mat 1 and 2 to make things a little bit brighter for the folks watching at home. All right, folks, I'm back. I apologize for that. That looks a little bit better on my end. I hope it's better on your end as well, as I was able to brighten up those camera settings a bit so it's not so dark. Get back to my track wrestling here, and we'll recap the action going on here. So we mat 1 here, that 110-pound round robin. It's Redbird and Massachino tied up at 3 apiece. Mat 2, we have Haven Baker with a 3-0 advantage over Rissy. And And on mat 3 here, 130 pounds, it's Jersey Lewis with a 3-0 advantage over Charlie Johns, a 7th grader from Custer. Looks like Lewis picked up 3 more. It's going to be a 6-1 advantage now for Lewis. I missed the result of the action on mat 1 as it looks like it's a new match starting on mat 1. On mat 1 at the 100-pound weight class, Pierre's Shaylee Specka Jr. taking on Bree Rissy, an 8th grader from Bennett County. And Speck with the first takedown on a 3-0 advantage. Speck, the 4th-ranked wrestler at the 100-pound weight class. Baker will take a 3-0 lead heading into period 3 over on mat 2. Lewis has increased her lead here on mat 3 to 11-1. And action in the auxiliary gym at 170 pounds. It's Bridget Lane with a 3-0 advantage over Claire Torrance. As Lewis will pick up a fall over on mat 3. As looks like Speck will pick up a fall as well on mat 1. Kendall Rissy's got a half locked in over on mat 2. She just can't get Baker to turn. As of yet, she's got about a minute 15 to work with over there on mat 2. Action on mat 3, 135-pound semifinal. Bonholm, Scotland, Avon's Brittany Rube, a senior, taking on Jocelyn Rumka, a junior from Webster area. And let me check my rankings here, folks, to see if any of those names are on this list. Actually, Rube is the top-ranked wrestler at 135. Rumka comes in at number 7 for Webster area. So 1 versus 7 over on mat 3. Action back on mat 1 in the 100-pound weight class. Semifinal match. Spearfish's Ryder Steffens, a 7th grader, taking on Josie Seacrest, a 7th grader from Harding County. Not sure. Looks like we got headgear tangled up over on mat 3. Don't know that I've ever seen that, if it was a combination of headgear and hair. Got the official able to get things untangled, and they'll resume here. As Rube with the initial takedown in that match, she'll lead 3-0 over on mat 3. I believe Steffens with the initial takedown over on mat 1 for a 3-0 lead as well. Over on mat 2, it's a good one as Baker's going to hold on to a 4-3 win. Steffens will take that 3-0 lead heading into period 2. Rube has Rumka in some trouble, and there's a slap of the mat for the fall. So Rube over Rumka via fall over on mat 3 as she will advance Action over on mat 2, 115-pound semifinal. Webster area's Macy McGregor, a sophomore, taking on Savannah Bell, a junior from Custer. Action back on mat 3 at 135-pound semifinal. Spearfishes Matilde Masuda, a senior, taking on Lexi Hilmer, a sophomore from Pierre. Let me check these 135-pound rankings again. Hilmer coming in at number 2 ranked. Stefan still leading her matchup on mat 1 here, 3-0. As we have a stoppage over on mat 2 with McGregor leading 3-0 over there over Bell. Looks like action over on the auxiliary gym in mat 4, 175-pound wrestle background. Todd County's Amaya Martinez, a senior, taking on Caitlin Callahan, a freshman from Hot Springs, and it's Martinez with a 6-0 advantage there. Still scoreless between Masuda and Hilmer over on mat 3 here. Masuda in on a single leg on Hilmer. Hilmer able to defend it nicely. In on a single leg of her own. No points awarded yet over on mat 3. Bell over on mat 2 has battled back to tie things up at 3 apiece. And Ryder Steffens has increased her lead here on mat 1 to 7-0. Yes. Steffens will be victorious on mat 1. Still scoreless between Matsuda and Hilmer on mat 3. We've got about 30 seconds to go in period 2. Action at on mat 1 in the 100-pound weight class. It's like 100-pound wrestle background. Bonholm, Scotland, Avon's Tatum Paulsma, a 7th grader, taking on Marley Schneider, a 7th grader from Hot Springs. And I believe it's Paulsma who just picked up the fall. Trying to look at the colored anklet bracelet, and it was Paulsma. And Matsuda and Hilmer will head to the third and final period scoreless. Matsuda will start on top. Still a 3-3 battle over on mat 2 between McGregor and Bell. Looks like about 40 seconds to go over there in period 2. And Bell is going to pick up a fall over McGregor over on mat 2. Action back on mat 1, 105-pound semifinal. Groton's Liza Kruger taking on Sydney Caven, an 8th grader from Pierre. And again, it was Kruger, the top-ranked wrestler at 105, according to the Dakota Grappler rankings. Matsuda and Hilmer still scoreless with just about a minute 10 to go over on mat 3. Kruger will pick up the first takedown over on mat 1. Accumulating some back points now as well as Kruger. Action on mat 2, 115-pound wrestle background. Pierre's Abby Blaha, an 8th grader, taking on Sydney Johnson, an 8th grader from Bonholm, Scotland, Avon. As Kruger will pick up the fall over on mat 1. Looks like it's Matsuda with a 3-1 advantage over Hilmer. 25 seconds to go in that one. I do see Matsuda ranked. She's ranked at 140, number 4 overall. So she actually dropped down a bit for this matchup with Hilmer. And Matsuda will be victorious over Hilmer by the final score of 3-1. Not sure if you can really consider that an upset. Matsuda again ranked at 140, so I'm assuming she normally wrestles at a higher weight, but gets the better of Hilmer in that matchup. Action back on mat 1, 105-pound semifinal. Spearfish's Morgan Little, a junior, taking on Harper Gibson, a 7th grader from Tri-Valley. And it's Gibson with the early 3-0 advantage there. Gibson, the 2nd-ranked wrestler, right behind Kruger at 105. So we could potentially have a 1-2 matchup between Gibson and Kruger next round. Action back on mat 3, 135-pound wrestle background. Burt Gregory's Miley Janik, a sophomore, taking on Katori Edwards, an 8th grader from Todd County. Looks like Johnson with an advantage over there on mat 2. I believe that was her picking up the fall over Blaha. Looks like Janik will take an 8-1 lead here on mat 3 heading into the second period. Gibson still leads Little 3-0 here on mat 1 at the end of the first period. Again, folks, if you're just joining us and you're looking for your wrestler, there is a fourth mat on a different stream in the auxiliary gym. Again, you should be able to find that live stream on GoGovs Live as well. Action on mat 2 with the 115-pound wrestle background. Pierre's Evelyn Coughlin, an 8th grader, taking on Charlie Feinrich, a 7th grader from Bonholm, Scotland, Avon. Looks like it's Feinrich with a 3-0 advantage over on mat 2. Gibson still holding her 3-0 advantage over Little on mat 1. And Janik leading her match over Edwards 8-1 on mat 3 as Janik will get a reversal, increase it to 10-1. Gibson with a reversal, I believe, increases her lead down to 5-0 on mat 1. Little with a reversal here on mat 1 might have Gibson in some trouble here. As Feinrich has increased her lead over on mat 2 to 7-0. So we've got a blood timeout over on mat 3 with Janik still leading comfortably 10-1. Little has cut her deficit now to 9-6, still trails by 3. Make it 4 now that Gibson's got an escape. And I believe Feinrich is victorious over on mat 2 via fall. As Little and Gibson will head to the third and final period. Gibson leading that one 10-6. Russell background at 190 pounds, and we're on mat 4. Pierce Bailey Taft, a freshman, taking on, looks like Amelia Cupsa, sophomore from Hot Springs. It's Taft with a 6-1 advantage. There, action on mat 2, 120-pound semifinal. Bonholm, Scotland, Avon's Jasmine Ruiz Hertz, a junior, taking on Nevada McMahon, a senior from Lee Deadwood. Score-wise, Gibson still leads 17-8 now, but Little has Gibson in some trouble again here. That action on mat 1. Morgan Little, though, no slouch. She is ranked 6th overall at 105. Gibson number 2. Gibson able to get back on her stomach for now. Still about 45 seconds left to go on that one as Gibson's going to convert a reversal now. High scoring affair. I see it as 17-12 now, down on the 19-12 on the scoreboard. It's worth mentioning that Rules Hertz at 120 pounds, a third-ranked wrestler, at 120 pounds. Looks like Little is going to run out of time here, I believe, as it's under 5 seconds to go. What a battle between Morgan Little and Harper Gibson on mat 1 there. Looks like the final score is going to end up being 19-14. Probably the match of the afternoon, early evening so far. Over on mat 2, 120-pound semifinal, Sully Buttes' Tawny Yellowhawk with a quick initial takedown over Gemma Strangeland, a sophomore from Pierre. Mat 1 at 105, wrestle back round. Bennett County's Payson Wilson, a freshman, taking on Corey Ringstmeyer, an 8th grader from Pierre. We still have a injury stoppage over on mat 3. As those competitors finally leave the mat. The next match over on mat 3 at 140 pounds semifinal. Pierre's Kenzie Benning, a senior, taking on Bailey Kebnitz, a freshman from Bonholm, Scotland, Avon. Benning, the second-ranked wrestler at 140. Quick fall over there on mat 1 as Wilson over Ringstmeyer. Had a result over on mat 2 as well. I would assume that was Yellowhawk with a victory over on mat 2. As mat 2 action and wrestle background at 120 is going to feature Custer River Bailey, a junior, taking on Kimber Baker, a freshman from Spearfish. And Benning does have a 3-0 advantage over on mat 3. On mat 1, 110-pound semifinal, Bennett County's Kaya Hunter, an 8th grader, taking on Chevelle Brackey, a sophomore from Pierre. And it's Brackey with the first takedown and a 3-0 lead. And it looks like Benning will pick up a fall over on mat 3. Looks like it's River Bailey with the first takedown over on mat 2 for a 3-0 lead. Action on mat 3, 140-pound semifinal. Hot Springs is Neva Austin, a freshman, taking on Edie Atkins, a senior from Lee Deadwood. Atkins with the first takedown there and a 3-0 advantage. Atkins listed as an honorable mention in the Dakota Grappler rankings at 140. Brackey with a 3-2 advantage on mat 1. Brackey up here. Bailey still holding on to her 3-0 lead over on mat 2. Hunter with a near reversal though, but we're going to have I believe a potentially dangerous penalty point on mat 1. It's going to give Brackey another point and a 4-2 advantage. Looks like Kimber Baker might have Bailey in some trouble now over on mat 2. Atkins looking for the fall on mat 3 as well. Atkins is going to run out of time, but she'll increase her lead to 7-0, it looks like, heading into the next period. And it looks like Baker does pick up the fall over Bailey over on mat 2. Take a quick moment here. Let's go over the total team points that it's showing here on Track Wrestling. Spearfish dominating so far with a total of 123 team points, followed by Pierre with 63.5, followed by Bonham in third with 63. Hot Springs right behind them in fourth place with 59. Sully Buttes in fifth place with 51. Lee Deadwood coming in sixth with 46 points. Custer, seventh place with 36 points. Harding County, eighth place with 33.5. Todd County in ninth place with 24 points. Groton right behind them with 23 points. Bennett County in 11th place with 18.5. Tri-Valley currently in 12th place with 15.5. Burke Gregory in 13th with 14.5. Webster area in 14th with 14 points. Philip Kadoka area Wall 15th with 8 points. Hunter and Brackey now tied up 4 apiece here on mat 1. New action over on mat 2, 120-pound wrestleback round. Todd County's Adrian Fasthorse, a senior, taking on Tegan Livermont, a freshman from Bennett County. Looks like it's Fasthorse with the advantage currently, 3-0 over there on mat 2. Make it 6-0 now. Actually 7-0. Atkins leading comfortably 11-0 here on mat 3. She's trying to pick up a fall over Austin, but gives it up and will pick up 3 more, but that'll end it with a 15-0 advantage there. As Hunter picks up 3 more towards the end of the period and will lead 7-4 heading into the third and final period there on mat 1. New action on mat 3, 140-pound wrestleback round. Douglas Rapid City Christian's New Underwood's Felicity Zeimer, an 8th grader, taking on Harper Wenger, a 7th grader from Burke Gregory. Hunter will convert another takedown and increase her lead to 10-4 on mat 1. Fasthorse with a reversal over on mat 2 increases her lead to 9-0. Wenger with a takedown over on mat 3 to give herself a 3-0 advantage. Hunter's going to pick up 4 more at the edge of the mat there to increase her lead now to 14-4 over Brackey. Wenger will take a 5-0 advantage heading into period 2. Livermont trying to battle back now. Looks like she might have Fasthorse in some trouble as Fasthorse is on her back. Livermont runs out of time, but it's going to pick up a total of 6 towards the end of the period there, so she cuts a 9-0 deficit to 9-6 as they head into the third and final period. As Hunter was victorious on mat 1. Wenger has increased her lead down to 7-0 on mat 3, looking for the fall, and there it is. £110 semifinal match on mat 1. Spearfish's Madison Todd, a 7th grader, taking on Aubrey Fisher, an 8th grader from Pierre, and it's Fisher with an immediate takedown and a 3-0 advantage. Fisher an honorable mention and a fall at those Dakota Grappler rankings at 110. It's like new match over on mat 3, 135-pound round robin. Harding County's Adeline Lyons, a senior, taking on Nora Hoffman, a sophomore from Philip Kadoka area wall. And in the auxiliary gym on mat 4, 145-pound Consolation semifinal, Pierre's Taylor Land, an 8th grader, taking on Lila Lindquist, a freshman from Pierre. So a couple of Lady Governors battling it out over in the auxiliary gym. £100 round robin on mat 1. Todd County's Lily Boyd, maybe, 8th grader, taking on Aubrey Morrison, an 8th grader from Lee Deadwood. Over on mat 2, action at 125 pounds, semifinal match. Harding County's Canyon Payton, a junior, taking on Jaden Werlinger, a senior from Spearfish. It's like Padden, the 4th ranked wrestler at 125. Morrison out quickly with a 5-0 advantage on mat 1. Scoreless between Lyons and Hoffman on mat 3. And Morrison will pick up a fall over Boyd over on mat 1. Padden with the initial takedown over on mat 2, 3-0 advantage, trying to get Werlinger on her back for the fall. Has 40 seconds to work with. As Lyons and Hoffman will go to the second period scoreless. More round robin action at 100 pounds on mat 1. Hot Springs is Cassidy McClure, a freshman, taking on Fallon Whitaker, a freshman from Pierre. Padden currently leading her matchup over on mat 2. She gets 2 more for that reversal. She'll lead 9-0 over on mat 2. Lyons with the first point. Make it first 4 points now after that takedown. She had an escape earlier to lead 1-0. Now it's going to be 4-0 after that takedown over on mat 3. Padden will pick up the fall over Werlinger over on mat 2. She will advance to the finals at 125. So Lions will take that 4-0 advantage heading into the third and final period over on mat 3. The other semifinal at 125 over on mat 2. Hot Springs is Caden Humbrock, a freshman, taking on Sadie Schomp, a freshman from Bennett County. It's like Schomp with the initial takedown on a 3-0 lead. Humbrock coming in at number 8 at 125. I don't see Schomp ranked, unless it's in another weight class. She is an honorable mention at 120, actually. McClure on mat 1 here has a 3-0 advantage over Whitaker. McClure looking for the fall now here on mat 1. A reversal by Whitaker will get her on the board, but she still trails. Actually, she still trails 9-2 now. Potentially dangerous illegal hold over on mat 3 will give Lyons another point. She'll lead 5-0 with just over a minute to go in period 3. Humbrecht with a reversal over on mat 2 to get herself on the board. She trails 7-2 though. I missed it, but I believe Hoffman from Philip Kadoka area wall came back and defeated Lyons there on mat 3. She had her hand raised. Must have been a fall I missed. It's hard to keep track of all the action here with 3 matches going at one time. Schomp will pick up herself another reversal over on mat 2 and lead 9-2. McClure on mat 1 with a 13-2 advantage now and looking for the fall, but she runs out of time. Going to pick up some near fall points though, I believe, and lead now 16-2. More action on mat 3, 135-pound round robin. Douglas Rapid City Christian's New Underwoods. Kiera Beam, a senior, taking on Bristol Provincial, an 8th grader from Todd County. And Beam with the first takedown there and a 3-0 lead. McClure really working hard for that pin over on mat 1, but she doesn't need it as that takedown will make it a 20-2 advantage. Schomp still with a 9-2 advantage over on mat 2 with about 45 seconds to go over there in period 2. And Beam leading her match over on mat 3 here, 5-1. Schomp with Humbrecht in some trouble over on mat 2. Was there a slap of the mat there? Did he just stop the action? I believe Schomp is going to be victorious via fall over on mat 2 as she does get her hand raised. Not Russellback, but 105-pound round robin action on mat 1. Lee Deadwood's Chloe Lee, a freshman, taking on Talissa Lunderman, an 8th grader from Todd County. So Beam has a cradle locked in over on mat 3 here now. Has just over 10 seconds to work with. And their official got a good look at, slaps the mat for the fall. So Sierra Beam with a fall over Provincial as we got another fall over on mat 1 as Lee takes care of Lunderman. Mat 2, Russellbeck Consolation round for at 125, Bonham, Scotland Avon's Harper Cratch, an 8th grader, taking on Cameron Larson, an 8th grader from Pierre. Mat 3 action, the Consolation semifinal round at 130 pounds. Burt Gregory's Daytona Paris, a senior, taking on Kyla Lee, a sophomore from Lee Deadwood. And And mat 4 in the auxiliary gym, 175-pound Consolation semifinal. Todd County's Maya Martinez, a senior, taking on Lenora Carlson, a freshman from Spearfish. Another round-robin match on 110 pounds over on mat 1. Todd County's Alexis Redbird, a junior, taking on Gracelyn Decker, a junior from Groton. It's like Paris with a 6-3 advantage here on mat 3. Over on mat 2, I believe Larson was penalized for an illegal clasping of the hands, so Cratch will get on the board and lead 1-0. Make it 2-0 now as she gets the escape. Paris with another takedown over on mat 3. She'll now lead 9-3. Cratch has Larson in some trouble over on mat 2. Still scoreless here on mat 1 between Redbird and Decker. And Cratch will pick up a fall over Larson over on mat 2. Paris leads Lee here on mat 3 with just about 45 seconds to go in period 2. Looks like we have our first takedown here on mat 1, as that's going to be, I believe that's Decker on top. Decker has Redbird in some trouble here as well and on her back, and there's the slap of the mat for the fall on mat 1. Round robin matchup at 115 pounds. We're on mat 2. Todd County's Remington Edwards, a sophomore, taking on Cameron Willis, an 8th grader from Pierre. Paris with another takedown, and over on mat 3 increases her lead to 12-4 at the end of 2. And Willis with the first takedown over on mat 2. Consolation semifinal matchup at mat 1 at 100 pounds. Lizzie Fees from Faith taking on Josie Seacrest, a 7th grader from Harding County. Willis with another takedown over on mat 2. She will lead 6-1 now. Paris with a 14-4 advantage now over on mat 3 over Lee. Looks like Fee's got on the board here on mat 1 as she leads 3-0 according to the on-court scoreboard. Actually, nope, they reversed that now. They gave it to Green, so it's going to be Seacrest with a 3-0 advantage over Fees on mat 1. Double checking over on mat 2. I thought they awarded some points at the end of the period there. Isn't there? They corrected it. Now it is going to be Willis with a 6-5 advantage over Edwards over on mat 2. £130 Consolation semifinal. Pierce, Jersey Lewis, an 8th grader, taking on Hadley Cratch, a junior from Bonholm, Scotland, Avon. Cratch with the first takedown over on mat 3 for a 3-0 lead. Willis has increased her lead over on mat 2 to 9-5 now. Seacrest still leading Fees on mat 1, 3-0. In the auxiliary gym over on mat 4 at 190 pounds, Consolation semifinal, Todd County's Lahela Anton, a freshman, taking on Amelia Cupsa, sophomore from Hot Springs. Antoine with a 3-0 lead over there. Again, that feed can be found on a different stream on GoGovs Live. Seacrest will take a 4-0 advantage heading into period 3 on mat 1. Willis will lead Edwards 9-5 over on mat 2 as they head into the third period as well. Cratch with a 6-0 advantage over Lewis on mat 3 as she's going to pick up some more. Actually, did he call a fall there? I didn't hear the slap of the mat, but looks like it's a fall for Cratch over Lewis. New action on mat 3, 135-pound Consolation semifinal. Burt Gregory's Miley Janik, a sophomore, taking on Lexi Hilmer, a sophomore from Pierre. Hilmer with the initial takedown on a 3-0 lead. Seacrest has increased her lead over here on mat 1 to 7-0 now. Willis and Edwards in a good one over on mat 2. It's now 12-11 in favor of Willis. That might be Edwards on top over there. Currently over on mat 2. Just a couple seconds to go. But I think Edwards is going to pick up enough points there at the end as she will get 4 more back points, and she'll actually be victorious over Willis. High scoring affair there, 15-12 between Remington Edwards and Cameron Willis. And And I missed the action over on mat 3. Just assuming Hilmer won that one via fall, as I was busy watching that action over on mat 2. New mat 3 action at 135-pound Consolation semifinal. Webster area's Jocelyn Rumpka, a junior, taking on Paige Jonas, a senior from Sully Buttes. Action on mat 1, 100-pound Consolation semifinal. Bennett County's Bree Rissy, an 8th grader, taking on Tatum Paulsma, a 7th grader from Bonholm, Scotland, Avon. And over on mat 2, the 115-pound round robin. Hot Springs is Tindley Fish, a 7th grader, taking on Adelia Ramirez, an 8th grader from Sully Buttes. Ramirez out to a quick 3-1 advantage, but Fish battles back, it looks like, over on mat 2. As Rissy gets the first takedown on mat 1 for a 3-0 lead. And Rumpka leads her match over on mat 3, 3-0. As they head into the second period. Two more for Rissy on the takedown on mat 1, as she'll increase her lead now to 5-0. Fish and Ramirez tied up at 4 apiece now over on mat 1 with 32 seconds to go, it looks like, in period 1. Rumka has increased her lead now to 6-0 here on mat 3 with just about 50 seconds to go in period 2. Fish looking for the fall over on mat 2, and she will get it over Ramirez. Rissy still maintains her 5-0 lead on mat 1. Rumka with a 6-1 advantage now with the final 15 seconds to go in period 2 over on mat 3. All right, action back over on mat 2, 115-pound Consolation semifinal. Bonholm, Scotland, Avon's Sydney Johnson, an 8th grader, taking on Macy McGregor, a sophomore from Webster. And it's McGregor with a 3-0 advantage early on. Rissy's still leading 5-0 here on mat 1. And Rumka still with a 6-1 advantage over on mat 3. Rumka now with a 8-2 advantage now here on mat 3. They are under a minute to go in the third and final period. Rissy still holding on to that 5-0 advantage on mat 1. And looks like McGregor now leads 7-0 over on mat 2. As that's got just over a minute to go in period 2. Rumka with another takedown, working hard to try to get that fall. Not going to get it, but going to try again here. Just got 20 seconds to work with. Let's go with it for now. But that's going to be a 19-2 victory for Rumka. As both competitors are exhausted after that one, having a little trouble getting to their feet. McGregor still holds a 7-0 lead over Johnson on mat 2. Might have just increased that with another takedown over there. Action back on mat 1, 105 Consolation semifinal. Custer's Kiera Thorpe, a senior, taking on Morgan Little, a junior from Spearfish. Thorpe had the initial takedown here, it looks like on mat 1, but then Little with a nice reversal, I believe. So it's going to be 3-2 Thorpe on mat 1. Just going to say McGregor has increased her lead to 8-0, but Johnson battles back with her first takedown to cut it to 8-3 over on mat 2. Action back on mat 3, 140-pound Consolation semifinal. Spearfish's Kimberlyn Heisler, a senior, taking on Neva Austin, a freshman from Hot Springs. So we got blood stoppage over on mat 2. Again, on mat 1 here, Morgan Little of Spearfish ranked number 6 overall at 105. In the auxiliary gym over on mat 4, it looks like we have a third place matchup at 145 featuring Sully Buttes' Cheyenne Fuller taking on Lila Lindquist of Pierre. Again, that match can be found on the different live stream, but can still be found on GoGovs Live. Austin with the first takedown over on mat 3, but Heisler with an escape to cut it to 3-1. Looks like Little has Thorpe in some trouble here now on mat 1, looking for the fall. McGregor has increased her lead over on mat 2 to make it Probably 13-3 with that takedown now. And Little will battle back and pick up a fall over Thorpe on mat 1. McGregor looking for a fall here yet. She's got 5 seconds to work with. Going to run out of time, but officially win it 14-3 over on mat 2. And looks like we have a championship match over on mat 4 in the auxiliary gym at 155. Hot Springs Katie Schneider, a senior, taking on JC Tuberville, a junior from Harding County. Schneider, the number 3 ranked wrestler at 155. And Tuberville, the number 7th ranked wrestler, so 3 versus 7 over in the auxiliary gym on mat 4. New actions on mat 1 and 2 here. On mat 1, 105 Consolation semifinal, Pierre's Sydney Caven taking on Payson Wilson, a freshman from Bennett County. Over on mat 2, 115-pound Consolation semifinal, Bennett County's Kendall Rissy taking on Charlie Feinrich, a 7th grader from Bonholm, Scotland, Avon. Rissy out to a quick 6-1 lead after the end of 1 over on mat 2. Scoreless between Caven and Wilson on mat 1. Austin and Heisler still battling. Austin leads 3-1 with just under a minute to go in period 3 over on mat 3. Looks like Schneider quickly out to a 10-1 advantage over on mat 4 in the auxiliary gym. Sydney Caven going to get on the board here, forced for Pierre over on mat 1. So Wilson in some trouble as we have a result over on mat 2. Let's see who gets their hand raised. It's going to be Rissy victorious over on mat 2. I missed that final result here, but it looks like Heisler might have come back and victorious over on mat 3 there. Keeping trying to lock up that cradle on mat 1, but it's going to get reversed now as Wilson battles back. Action over on mat 2, 120-pound Consolation semifinal. Lee Deadwood's Nevada McMahon taking on Kimber Baker, a freshman from Spearfish. On mat 3, 140-pound Consolation semifinal. Bonholm, Scotland, Avon's Bailey Chemnitz, a freshman, taking on Harper Wenger, a 7th grader from Burt Gregory. Wenger with the first takedown over on mat 3 for a 3-0 advantage. Caven does lead her match on mat 1 here. Looks like 8-2 as they enter the third and final period. Schneider with a 13-5 advantage over Turbeville over in that first place match at 155 over on the auxiliary gym, mat 4. Still scoreless between McMahon and Baker over on mat 2. Caven and Wilson going back and forth here on mat 1. Currently Wilson with the 8-2 advantage. A fall here over on mat 3. Looks like Chemnitz has come back and will defeat Wenger via fall after trailing in that match. McMahon will get an escape over on mat 2 and earn the first point of that match. Caven now leads Wilson on mat 1 here, 12-2. And new action on mat 3, 130-pound championship match. Spearfish's Candace Matsuda, a senior, taking on Kateri Yellowhawk of Selly Buttes. Let's see, these are a couple of top-ranked wrestlers here. Let me get it right here. Matsuda, second-ranked, and Yellowhawk, third-ranked. So 2 versus 3 here over on mat 3. As Caven will be victorious on mat 1, so if I miss some action on mat 1 and 2, it's because I'm probably watching all the action here on mat 3 between Yellowhawk and Matsuda. On mat 1, 110-pound Consolation semifinal, Douglas Rapid City Christian's New Underwood's Cadence Johnson, a freshman, taking on Madison Todd, a 7th grader from Spearfish. Third place matchup over on the auxiliary gym at 155, Douglas Rapid City Christian's New Underwood's Jay One Feather, a senior, taking on Sarah Spahn, a sophomore from Burt Gregory. Looks like Todd with the takedown and some back points here on mat 1. McMahon will now lead 5-0 over on mat 2. And we are still scoreless here on mat 3 in the final 10 seconds in period 1 between Matsuda and Yellowhawk. Matsuda won the toss and she decides to start down. Todd with a 7-0 advantage over Johnson on mat 1. Matsuda will earn her escape and earn her a point. First point of their match. McMahon trying to pick up a fall over Baker on mat 2. Not going to get the fall, but she will be victorious with a 9-0 victory. Todd now leads 10-0 here on mat 1. Matsuda still with a 1-0 lead here on mat 3. Again, Matsuda ranked 2, Yellowhawk ranked 3 at 130 pounds. Consolation semifinal matchup on mat 2 at 120 pounds. Todd County's Adrian Fast Horse, a senior, taking on Gemma Strangeland, a sophomore from Pierre. Strangeland with a takedown and looking for the fall over there, it appears. Todd looking for a fall as well on mat 1. 34 seconds to go between Matsuda and Yellowhawk on mat 3. Todd won't get the fall, but Strangeland will over on mat 2. Todd will lead 14-0 as that one heads into the third and final period. Matsuda still leads 1-0 here on mat 3 with 18 seconds to go in period 2. Consolation semifinal match on mat 2 at 125. Spearfish's Jaden Werlinger, a senior, taking on Harper Cratch, 8th grader from Bonholm, Scotland, Avon. As Todd will be victorious in her matchup on mat 1. Yellowhawk trying to earn herself an escape on mat 3 to tie this up. Consolation semifinal on mat 1 at 110 pounds. Before the names can even get up, we have a fall. As soon as it populates here, I'll let you know if it does populate. Werlinger with a 3-0 advantage over on mat 2. Yellowhawk did earn her escape, so it's one apiece with 1:20 to go in period 3. Like a stalling warning, it looks like, to Yellowhawk over on mat 3. £100 first place matchup here on mat 1. Again, waiting for the track wrestling to refresh here so I can bring you the competitors. It's going to be Shaylee Speck of Pierre taking on Ryder Steffens of Spearfish, a 7th grader. Speck again was ranked 4th overall at 100 pounds. I believe we've got a stalling call on Yellowhawk now that's going to award Matsuda a point. So Matsuda with a 2-1 advantage. 40 seconds to go there on mat 3. Werlinger with a 7-0 advantage now over on mat 2. First place match over on mat 4 at 170 pounds. Abigail Lewis appeared, taking on Sydney Badwound, a senior from Spearfish. Lewis ranked 2nd at 155. Badwound ranked 8th at 170. Ten seconds to go between Yellowhawk and Matsuda. Matsuda with that 2-1 advantage. Yellowhawk looking for the takedown. She's going to get it with just about 5 seconds to go. Kateri Yellowhawk with the final seconds able to get a takedown over Candice Matsuda and come away victorious. So number 3 will defeat number 2, so that'll probably, in theory, move Yellowhawk up the rankings at least one spot. Let's see the spec matches done. I'm assuming Shaylee Speck was victorious in her matchup as I was watching that matchup between Yellowhawk and Matsuda. Lewis leads 2-0 in her first place matchup at 170 over in the auxiliary gym. Not to sound like a broken record, but that action can be found on another live stream. It's still on GoGovs Live, though. As the 100-pound third place match on mat 1 is Harding County's Josie Seacrest, a 7th grader, taking on Bree Rissy, an 8th grader from Bennett County. Worlinger with a comfortable 11-0 lead over Cratch over on mat 2. And 130-pound third place match on mat 3. Burt Gregory's Daytona Paris, a senior, taking on Hadley Cratch, a junior from Bonholm, Scotland, Avon. And I believe it's Paris with the first takedown there and a 3-0 lead. Paris with an honorable mention at 130 pounds on the Dakota Grappler rankings. And Werlinger will be victorious over on mat 2. Seacrest and Rissy scoreless after 1. Failed to mention Cratch is the number 6, though, ranked at 130, so pretty good matchup here over on mat 3 for third place. Cratch went for the trip, was able to get it. She hasn't turned into a takedown just yet, but it's pretty close on the edge of the mat here on mat 3. And there she'll get awarded the takedown. Some back points as well, it appears. Might get a fall out of it here. Over on mat 2, 125-pound Consolation semifinal lead, Deadwood's CC Percy, a senior, taking on Caitlin Hembrack, a freshman from Hot Springs. Percy with a 3-0 advantage, but a reversal by Hembrack is going to cut it to 3-2. Still scoreless between Seacrest and Rissy on mat 1. And I hate to assume, but I see the one on mat 3 is over already. And I'm assuming Cratch picked up the fall. She had Pierce in trouble on the edge of the mat there. Another championship match over on mat 3 at 135. Bonholm, Scotland, Avon's Brittany Rube, a senior, taking on Matilde Matsuda, a senior from Spearfish. Let's see where these girls are ranked. I know Rube is first at 135. There's the other Matsuda listed here. She is, but at 140. She is 4th ranked at 140. So another top 5 matchup over on mat 3. Seacrest able to earn the first point over on mat 1 and leads 1-0 over Rissy. Rissy able to get some points at the end of the period there and actually will lead 3-1 heading into the third and final period. It's like Humbrick with the advantage over on mat 2 as she's looking for the fall. So we've got some blood stoppage here on the championship match on mat 3. Still scoreless. Humbrock still looking for that fall. Decides to try it from the other side, but she's going to run out of time. But she will get 4 for near fall. And Seacrest will battle back and they take a 4-3 lead here on mat 1. Humbrick gets Percy back down again at the start of the third. That's Percy in some trouble again. We'll see if she can convert it to a fall. This time she currently leads 9-3. Seacrest with a 6-3 advantage here on mat 1 as Ruben Matsuda Rizumo over on mat 3. Third place match over on the auxiliary gym at 170. Webster area's Conte Williams, a 7th grader, taking on Lenora Carlson, a freshman from Spearfish. Rissy with an escape cuts it to 6-4, but under 10 seconds to go there. Rissy's going to run out of time. As Humbrick is still working on that fall over there on mat 2. Still hasn't gotten Percy's shoulders down just yet. She's got 20 seconds left to try to do it. It's like Rube with an escape and a 1-0 lead here on mat 3. Let's quickly run you through the top 10 team score-wise here. It's Spearfish on top with 150.5 points. Pierre in second with 109.5. Hot Springs in third place right behind Pierre at 107.5. Bonholm, Scotland, Avon in fourth place with 93 points. Lee Deadwood in fifth place with 85.5. Harding County in sixth place with 68.5. Sully Buttes with a strong showing in seventh place with 63. Bennett County, 8th place with 58.5. Custer, 9th place with 36 points. Groton right behind them in 10th place with 35, as does Todd County. Webster area right behind them at 33.5. Burt Gregory with 24 points for 13th place. Douglas Rapid City Christian, New Underwood, I believe that is, with 14th place and 22 points. And Philip Kadoka Area Wall with 20 points in 15th place. So let's go around the horn here again. Championship match at 105 on mat 1. Liza Kruger, first top-ranked wrestler at 105, taking on Harper Gibson of Tri Valley. Where's my 105? There's Kruger. And so this is a 1-2 matchup on mat 1. Over on mat 2, Spearfish's Haven Baker taking on Savannah Bell of Custer. Bell with a first takedown and a 3-0 advantage there. That's also a first place match at 115. Let's see any of those two ranked here, Baker and Bell. I do not see either one of them listed. I do see Savannah Bell listed at number 2 at 120 pounds. And third place match on mat 3 when it resumes, 135 pounds. Pierre's Lexi Hilmer taking on Jocelyn Rumka, a junior from Webster. First place bout over on the auxiliary gym at 190 pounds. Custer's Jessica Height, a junior, taking on Marley Hetzel, a sophomore from Spearfish. Just based on her record, I'm assuming height is ranked, and she is. She's the number 1 wrestler at 190. And Hetzel number 3, so a good matchup over in the auxiliary gym between Height and Hetzel. And Kruger jumping out to a 7-0 advantage over Gibson here on mat 1. Bell will take a 7-0 advantage heading into period 2 over on mat 2. And Hilmer and Rumka are underway now on mat 3. Kruger with another takedown to increase her lead to, it's going to be 11-0 now. Hilmer with the first takedown over on mat 3. Right towards the end of the period, so actually she will take a 6-0 lead. I must have missed the first takedown. Unless there could have been some quick near fall points there as well for Hilmer. Bell in control over Baker in that first place match over on mat 2, 9-0. Kruger in control of her first place match as well on mat 1 here, leading 11-0. Hilmer with another takedown over on mat 3. She'll increase her lead to 9-0. This looks like Height has a 1-0 advantage over Hetzel over in the auxiliary gym. Looks like Bell will accumulate 4 more at the end of that period, and she will lead now 13-0. Kruger working on a fall here on mat 1 over Gibson. As Bell will win her matchup 15-0 over on mat 2. Hilmer in control of her match here as well on mat 3, 13-0 as they approach the end of period 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll direct your attention to mat number 1, that is win number 100 for Liza Kruger. Congratulations, Liza, and the Growth Wrestling Program on achieving this milestone in your career.
If I heard the PA announcer correctly, that Kruger victory was her 100th of her career. So congratulations to Liza Kruger. She dominated that 1-2 matchup. That's pretty scary if you think about it. I mean, obviously you think the 1-2 matchup is going to be a competitive match, and she absolutely dominated this matchup anyway. I'm sure they'll meet again sometime. But congratulations to Liza Kruger. As action over on mat 2, 115-pound third place match, Webster Area's Macy McGregor, a sophomore, taking on Kendall Rissy, a freshman from Bennett County. McGregor working on an early takedown, but hasn't converted it yet. 105-pound third-place match on mat 1. Spearfish's Morgan Little, a junior, taking on Sydney Caven, an 8th grader from Pierre. Caven with the initial takedown on mat 1. She'll lead 3-0. Hetzel with a 3-2 advantage now over height over on in the auxiliary gym at 190, first place match. That's in the third period with about 30 seconds to go, it appears. As Hilmer will be victorious and take third place at 135. McGregor credited with an escape over on mat 2 and leads 1-0. Little delay on mat 3 as another wrestler just helped off the mat due to pure exhaustion, I believe. Just these girls give so much at times that they empty the tank and end up using all their energy on the mat, and it's tough to get off the mat at times. Mat 3, 140-pound first place match. Kenzie Benning of Pierre taking on Eddie Atkins, a senior from Lee Deadwood. Let's see here. Benning, number 2 ranked at 140. And Atkins, an honorable mention. Benning with the first takedown and a 3-0 lead. Caven still holding on to her 3-0 lead on mat 1. And McGregor still with the lone point over on mat 2 in that third place matchup. Little battles back against Caven here and had Caven in some trouble towards the end of that period. She's going to score 6 though and take a 6-3 lead heading into period 3. So I believe McGregor with a takedown over on mat 2. Now she will lead 4-1. Third place match over in the auxiliary gym at 190. Bonholm, Scotland, Avon's Hope Kebnet's a senior taking on Lahela Antoine, a freshman from Todd County. Betting in on another single leg, she'll get her second takedown and lead 6-0, and just like that, converted into a fall. So Kesri Benning, your champion at 140. Sydney Caven still trailing in her third place match, 3-6. About 50 seconds to go. She's in on another takedown. And she'll convert it for 3. She'll tie this match up at 6 apiece. As Little is going to earn an escape and now take a 7-6 lead with 30 seconds to go there on mat 1. New action on mat 3, 140-pound third place match. Caving in on another single leg there. Third place match over on mat 3, 140. Hot Springs Neva Austin, a freshman, taking on Bailey Kebnitz, a freshman from Bonholm, Scotland, Avon. Pure crowd really getting on Caven's side here on that mat 1. First time it's really been loud here in the gymnasium tonight. And I think Caven may have converted a late takedown there to steal that. Let's see what the official score is going to be or who gets their hand raised. Actually, no, it is Little who is going to eke out that victory, 7-6. Caven was right there, just couldn't quite convert that takedown late. But Gregor still leads her third place match at 115 over Rissy, 7-2. And Kebnitz with a 7-0 advantage as they head into period 2 over on mat 3. First place match over in the auxiliary gym at 2:35. Todd County's Unique Claremont, a senior, taking on Caden Halls, a sophomore from Hot Springs. Claremont, the third-ranked wrestler at 2:35. Halls right there as well, number 5, so 3 versus 5 over in the auxiliary gym. Again, that action on a different stream, but still can be found on GoGovs Live. As we're getting ready to wrap things up here from Tia Frick's Gymnasium. First place match here on mat 1 at 110 pounds. Bennett County's Kaya Hunter, an 8th grader, taking on Aubrey Fisher, an 8th grader from Pierre. That was 110. Hunter, I know, was up there. She's third ranked at 110. I thought I saw Fisher's name earlier too. She's honorable mention at 110. So it's Hunter with the early takedown over Fisher. Starting over on mat 2, the first place match at 120. It's Tawny Yellowhawk taking on Bonholm, Scotland, Avon's Jasmine Relias Hertz. And it appears Kemnitz is going to be victorious over on mat 3 in the 140-pound third place match. And that might do it for the action over on mat 3. And I missed it over on mat 1 too, but I'm assuming Hunter won her match over Fisher. And we got a quick fall on mat 1 again as it's Chevelle Brackey, a sophomore, over Madison Todd, I believe. Yes, and that third place match at 110. Let's see if that does it for action on mat 1 as well. I don't see anybody else entering the mat there, so let's see if I can get my camera angle just to the action over on mat 2. Again, that action on mat 2 at 120 pounds. First place matchup, Bonholm, Scotland, Avon's Jasmine Rules Hertz Jr. taking on Tawny Yellowhawk Jr. from Sully Buttes. Let's check their rankings here. I'm pretty sure they're probably both ranked. Rules Hertz number 3 overall, and Yellowhawk number 5, so 3 versus 5 matchup to end things at 120. Yellow Hawk going to get herself a reversal in the first 2 points of that match. And based on what I'm seeing on Track Wrestling here, this is going to be the final match of the night here between Yellow Hawk and Roulez Hertz. Hertz with an escape now, so it's going to make it 2-1 Yellow Hawk. First takedown from Yellow Hawk is going to increase her lead to 5-1. Hertz is going to reverse it to give herself 2 to cut it into a 5-3 advantage for Yellow Hawk now. 30 seconds to go in period 2. Stalling warning, it looks like, on Yellow Hawk. And period 2 is going to come to an end with Yellow Hawk with that 5-3 advantage as they enter the third and final period. Looks like it was Hertz's choice and she chose to go down. Hertz is going to earn the escape to cut the deficit to 5-4. A minute 15 to go now between Yellow Hawk and Hertz. Hertz in on a shot. Yellow Hawk with the counter. Yellow Hawk runs out of room. Can't quite turn it into a takedown, or does she? Nope, they're going to say out of bounds. Or did they give her the... Nope, they did give her the takedown, so it's going to be 8-4 Yellow Hawk. Big takedown there by Yellow Hawk with a minute 5 remaining. Hertz with another escape will cut it to 8-5. 55 seconds remain. Another stalling warning on Yellow Hawk. It's just going to be a point, so it's going to cut it to 8-6. Again, championship match at 120. Yellow Hawk coming in at, what was it again? Number 5 overall at 120, and Hertz number 3, according to the rankings at Dakota Grappler. Now, scoreboard shows 8-7 here now, with 38 seconds remaining. Yellow Hawk with that 8-7 advantage. A Another warning on Yellowhawk, another stalling warning. Actually, that's going to result in a point. It shows 9-8 Hertz now on the scoreboard on the gym floor here. Brady Weishuttle of the Sally Buttes coach not agreeing with that call. We're down to 26 seconds now. Hertz with a 9-8 advantage now. $20 seconds. She's going to let Hertz go. 10-8 now. Yellowhawk needs a takedown. Yellowhawk is close to it. She's got 10 seconds. There's the three. Yellowhawk's going to lead 11-10. 3 seconds, 2. Excuse me. Yellowhawk is going to come back and be victorious over Hertz, 11-10. As she gets the takedown with under 10 seconds to go. And so again, I would assume that'll move Yellowhawk up with the rankings. Logic tells you she might even move above Hertz there. So great match there between 5 versus 3. As I thought that was going to conclude things, but looks like we have one more match here. I'm surprised they didn't put this match on another mat when they could, but we'll wrestle this one out as well here on mat 2. 120-pound third-place match. Lee Deadwood's Nevada McMahon, a senior, taking on Gemma Strangeland, a sophomore from Pierre. Good luck topping that last match, ladies. Strangeland in on a single leg. Actually, they both may each have a leg. Strangeland's got the better hold, but they're going to run out of time at the end of the one. McMahon on a shot. Strangeland able to counter, may turn it into a takedown of her own. If she can get around McMahon, she does. And there's the first takedown and 3 points of this third place match. Accumulating some near fall points now with Strangeland. She's going to turn it into a fall. So I believe Gemma Strangeland is going to end this Girls Wrestling Invitational on a high note for the Pierre Governors anyway. She picks up a fall over Nevada McMahon. And it looks like I'm going to be wrong again as there's 2 more competitors that enter mat 2. But nothing on my screen as of yet. And I can see it's going to be at the 125-pound championship match. As I wait for the competitors' names to pop in. It's going to be Hardin County's Canyon Payton, a junior, taking on Sadie Champ, a freshman. And let's take a look at those rankings again. Padden, I know, was ranked, looks like number 4 at 125. Champ, an honorable mention at 120. And with them both wearing purple and gold, I couldn't tell you who's who here. Padden in the red anklet, so currently on top and convert the first takedown and a 3-0 lead. Final 10 seconds, Padden with a 3-0 advantage. And she'll take that 3-0 lead heading into period 2. Champ will start on top here. Excuse me, Padden looking for an escape or a reversal here. Champ does a nice job of regaining control momentarily now. Padden looking to turn for the reversal. She'll pick it up. So Padden now leads 5-0, just under a minute to go here in the period 2. Might turn this into a fall now. Padden, plenty of time to work with, still got 40 plus seconds. Officials down there with a good look and slaps the mat for the fall. And so I'm guessing since that was at 125, we're going to have the 125-pound third place match up here. As I see a couple of the girls checking in at the head table. And this 125-pound third-place match will feature Spearfish's Jaden Werlinger, a senior, taking on Caitlin Humbrack, a freshman from Hot Springs. Humbrack ranked number 8. And do not see Werlinger listed on those Dakota Grappler rankings. As it appears, Humbrack with the first takedown and 3 on the board. And Humbrack will take that 3-0 advantage as they head into period 2. Humbrecht will start on top. Trying to lock in a cradle, it looks like. What a great arch by Whirlinger there. Minute 10 to go as they call a stalemate now, so they gave Humbrecht 4 for some near fall there earlier. So she will lead 7-0 with just over a minute to go here in period 2. More near fall points being counted. I don't know that it was enough, though. Actually, she is going to get 4 more, it appears, so it'll be an 11-0 advantage now for Humbrecht. Or maybe it was only 3. Couldn't see if it was 3 or 4 fingers. It shows 10-0 down on the floor, so that's what we'll go with. .20 seconds remain in period 2. Humbrecht leading comfortably 10-0. Tries to lock in that half to turn Whirlinger. The count was on again. Was it long enough to get a couple more? It was. Looks like maybe 3 more, was it? It was. So a 13-0 advantage as they head into period 3. And Humbrecht with another takedown will end it, as it'll be a 16-0 advantage for Caitlin Humbrecht at the third place finisher at 125. I know I've said it a couple times already, but I think that one might be our final match of the evening. But we shall wait and see. Okay, the PA announcer does say that is the conclusion of the Invitational, so let's go ahead and...
Somebody we want to make sure we acknowledge just 2 days after his 44th birthday. Happy birthday to Coach Caven. Ben Caven, 44 plus 2 today.
We'll recap the team scoring here for this Pierre Girls Invitational. So your team... girls team winner is going to be this from Spearfish with 157.5 total points. Pierre finishes in second place with 125. Hot Springs with a strong showing in third place with 113.5. Bonholm Scotland Avon cracks the top 5 at fourth place with 109 total points. Lee Deadwood finishes top 5 with 85.5. Harding County sixth place with 71.5. Sully Buttes with 7th place and 67 points. Bennett County in 8th place with 64.5. Custer and Webster area finish in 9th place with 41.5 points. Todd County just outside the top 10 and 11th with 41 points. Groton finishes just behind Todd County with 40.5 points for 12th place. Burt Gregory in 13th with 24 points. Douglas Rapid City Christian New Underwood in 14th place with 22. And Philip Kadoka Area Wall in 15th place with 20 points. So that'll wrap things up here for from TF Riggs Gymnasium here in Pierre, South Dakota tonight. Sorry for the technical difficulties early on. We had the in-gym huddle camera not cooperating with us, so we had to bring over a third camera from across the river so we could bring you all the action from the main gymnasium here. And again, had a fourth camera going over in the auxiliary gym for some matches as well over there. So that doesn't stop the wrestling action. There's going to be more action right here from TF Riggs Gymnasium tomorrow, as there's going to be what they call the East-West duels. Not sure who exactly is all participating in that, but I believe it's obviously teams from East River and West River as they duel each other throughout tomorrow. And Caleb Rosick will be here to bring you that action from the East-West duels right here live from TF Riggs Gymnasium. Trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to mention here before I sign off, but I think with that we'll go ahead and call it an evening. Thanks for everyone who was tuning in. I know it was bitter cold out today, so most of you, I'm assuming, were tuning in from away instead of here at the gymnasium. So everybody stay warm. I'm not sure if it's going to be much better tomorrow, but if not, we'll have more wrestling action for you live here, here live for you on GoGovs Live. So thanks for tuning in. And again, apologies for those technical difficulties, but we'll have things straightened out for you tomorrow as well. So everybody, if you're traveling back tonight, safe travels to the teams traveling back home, and we will see you tomorrow. Everyone have a good night.